Hey team, I wanted to make this quick video to show you how you can utilize the new ALN territories that we have set up that are connected to our Salesforce instance that not only helps the integration move back and forth, but it also allows you to filter for fetch properties and fetch serviceable properties when you're going through ALN and doing some of that research or prospecting. So here I'm logged in at the ALN Compass homepage, and on the top right side, you'll see, there's 187,000 properties in ALN nationwide, totaling almost 25 million units. Obviously, a lot of those we cannot service because they're either out of our service range, they're affordable, they're senior living, et cetera, et cetera. And so it makes you sift through a lot of information to find what you want. And sometimes, you might have to put in a lot of filters or export everything into Excel and then filter from there. But now you can do all of that by just changing one setting in ALN. So up at the top right, you'll see this nationwide hyperlink here. That's letting you know the scope of properties and companies you're looking at. So if you click on that where it says nationwide, you should see, I believe on your end, three options to select different territories. So you should have nationwide up there. You should see fetch properties, and then you should see fetch serviceable. And so if I click on fetch serviceable, um, and give it a second to refresh here. So now it takes me back to the home page, and at the top right, you'll see it changed from nationwide to fetch serviceable. And you'll also see the property count has dropped quite a bit. So we went from 187,000 communities to just under 24,000, and we went from 25 million units to 5.4 million units. And just to give you some context on what's happening there on the back end, is we set up different filters um, to know if something is serviceable or not by fetch, such as where is it located? Does it have at least 50 units? Is it marked? Is it non-affordable? Is it non-senior, like takeout condos, things that are owned such as that. And so then you'll see kind of what's the total SAM that we can go after. And so this will be helpful because if you wanted to search for properties, let's say, so I'll click on properties, and for management company, I'm just going to throw our friends over at Graystar in here as an example, and then I'm going to click search. And you'll see that I searched all markets. I didn't put any other filters in there, but you can start to see if you look at this property list, it's already pre-filtered for all of the markets we're in. So we have Atlanta, Charleston, DC, Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. And we've confirmed that these all exist within our warehouse service radiuses. So I just wanted to show that for you, to hopefully save you all some time if you're not just using Salesforce to prospect and you are going into ALN. This is a way that you can kind of gather and run those lists without having to do more filtering than is necessary. Same thing here. So if I stay on fetch serviceable and let's say I wanted to go look at the changes that are occurring, if I click on all changes, the filter carries through to every view in ALN. So here I have like where manager changes in the last 7 days for properties that fetch can service. Then next we have area supervisors that have been changed at communities that we can service. Um, Give it a second to load here. So you'll see here, okay, we can service all these properties. This was the old regional or area supervisor. This is the new one. Um, and it does have the new person's email address as well here. So this is kind of like a hot list that you can target of like, oh, hey, these regionals just took over this community. Let me reach out to them and see if they might be interested in um, giving fetch a look. And then same thing, you have management company, which is just going to be takeovers. So just different ways you can break down that list. And then likewise, if you click back on the territory, you can go back to nationwide, or then you'll see fetch live properties as well. Same thing will happen here, where it filters. Now we have just over 1,000 communities, 335,000 units. I do want to note we do service almost 40,000 more units than this. Um, but they're either not in ALN for whatever reason, or they are um, condos or things of that nature. So that's why that number is off slightly. But same thing, you can, I don't really know of a use case why you would filter for fetch live properties and then search for new properties. That's not really one. But you can filter for live properties and then say you wanted to go see changes and look for your accounts. So these are going to be in the last 7 days, all of the on-site managers that have changed at properties that we service. So it might be useful for you once a month or so, come in here and check, hey, the last 30 days, what are some manager changes that have occurred for the properties that we have? And Salesforce should update them automatically due to the integration, but this just gives you more depth because you can see who the previous manager was, who's the current manager, where they're at, and things of that nature. And then same for takeovers. So, so yeah, just wanted to share that with you because it's some new functionality that you have. And I do want to note that if you keep this, remember my choice selected as yes, whatever territory you have chosen when you log out, it is going to automatically log you in under that option. So just be careful if you're going to just like live properties and then you log back in and you search for something and you can't find it. It's because you probably have the territory pre-filtered, but you can always toggle that off. And then every time you log in, it will default to nationwide and then you can change it from there. So as always, let us know if you have any ideas or you just want to run something by RevOps. We're happy to chat about that and see if we can accommodate anything that you would find helpful. Thanks.